It's number 23 Auburn. Going to be making the road trip. First true road test of the year for the Auburn Tigers. Unless you want to count the Baylor game. Baylor's a good team, but this Oklahoma team is on another level right now. Coming in ranked number 9 in the nation. They're going to Norman Stadium, one of the toughest environments in all of college football, man. And you want to talk about a somewhat prime spot, 3:30 ABC, and we're going to really see how good Auburn is, man, because, listen, Oklahoma, we knew that they were going to be an impressive defensive unit. I don't think that's was ever going to be a question, and that was held evident as, Michigan barely scored above double digits, and then Temple, they were just held to a field goal, and, generally Oklahoma, they've done a fantastic job limiting those explosive plays in both of their FBS matchups. But the offense, man, this offense is really starting to improve and figure things out. I had concerns about Oklahoma's rushing attack early in the year after they struggled to really run the ball against Illinois State. Quality FCS program, but, you're talking about an SEC offensive line going up against an FCS defensive front seven, and you can't move the ball on the ground. I thought that was a big concern. But in a couple of games since then, they've figured something out, and figure something out without asking John Mateer to run the ball 15 to 20 times. And that's really important because John Mateer did run the ball extensively against Michigan a couple 2 to 3 weeks ago. And so that was something that was having back in my mind, right? Like, is this someone that's, oh my goodness, are they going to have to do that in terms of Oklahoma being consistently successful? If so, it's going to be hard for John Mateer to stay healthy for a full year. Looks like it might actually not be the case. They've improved their rushing attack. Meanwhile, Auburn having a little bit of renaissance offensively as well, and particularly Jackson Arnold. One of the biggest issues that Jackson Arnold had during his time in Oklahoma was that he really struggled to take care of the football. And so far, Jackson Arnold, give him all the credit in the world, man. He has really cleaned that part of his game up. He has not thrown a single interception so far this year, and I think Jackson Arnold deserves a lot of credit for that. Throwing for over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. And it also helps that they have a strong running game too, led by Jeremiah Cobb. He's ran for over 100 yards a game, 4 rushing touchdowns as well. So I'm sure that offensive balance really helps in terms of keeping the defense guessing and not putting too much on Jackson Arnold. But we're really starting to see Jackson Arnold get closer to his ceiling. And I think that's really promising news, especially if you're an Auburn Tigers fan moving forward. And you feel like now, hey, we have a legitimate shot to come in here and beat Oklahoma. Which I think would have been, if you would have told an Auburn fan that they had a legitimate shot going into this game, I think you're elated and you really like the progress being made under Hugh Freeze. But does the model feel the same way? Let's go ahead and find out real fast. So, the model is somewhat kind to Auburn, but whether you're looking at FanDuel or you're looking at our internal power rating model, Oklahoma is favored. FanDuel, it's about a touchdown favorite, but for our internal model, it's a little bit higher. Oklahoma listed as a 10-point favorite. So, after looking at FanDuel and looking at the internal metrics, I really took a closer dive. I guess looking at specific matchups for this game at the micro level. And after taking a look, I can certainly see why. I really like this Oklahoma team in this spot. Sure, you could talk about the home field advantage, and that's, a nice automatic thing to default to. But really going beyond the home field advantage. One criticism I will say about Auburn is that they've had some inconsistencies at times in its ability to pass protect, which is something that I think, as defensively gifted that Oklahoma has been, I think that's something that they can take advantage of. So, as much as I really want to roll with the Jackson Arnold revenge arc being completed, I don't necessarily think it happens here. I don't think it's necessarily going to be that happy ending that Jackson Arnold is going to want to have. I think it's going to be a battle, but I do think that Oklahoma is going to ultimately come out on top, winning 27-20. So I'm saying that Oklahoma not only wins, but leaning towards the Oklahoma Sooners covering. I'm not too confident on the cover or not, but we're going to say that they do. Should be a really competitive game, though. Maybe a little bit more low scoring than some of these other top 25 matchups that are going to be going on.